Hey guys, I'm the Hood and welcome to my channel. So I want to talk about predestination and I guess the wider picture of that into where we sit currently. And I think, no, I know, I stand on the fact that it's predestination and free will coexisting at the same time. I'll explain what I mean by that. Is that on the big things, on the large things, they're immutable. So they're preordained, predestined. But the smaller things, the everyday to day things, that is where your free will is. And that is how I know it works, just by observing in life. And in the grand scheme of things, the larger scheme of things, how we can see that is they're clearly, when I say they, I mean the elites, those who are in power, and really in power. They are working on the archetype of the Bible. That's evident in what they do in media, and obviously they use other religions, symbols, and the like Egyptian. I believe it is set. Oh gosh, now I'm going to look stupid for not knowing that. But so I know on those larger things, that's the archetype that they're using. So they're using that archetype of the Bible, and they're working on what is clearly looks like Revelations, Book of Revelations. We're seeing money being demonized, moving faster towards a cashless society. Sorry about that. We're seeing, a change in the way we're doing things in terms of, obviously, socializing, well, lack thereof socializing, depending on where you are in the world, I suppose. Although that's obviously going to get out there, because I don't know if any of you all saw, but they were all deeming the people that were all about the, what comes after F, 5F, and they released article in the news about how the US military want to co-opt the usage of 5G, weaponize it, talking about weaponizing it. And as you all know, they've had that in the works for a long time and have demonstrated it. We've seen it demonstrated. Yeah, it's crazy. I think it's bizarre. It seems like everyone has lost all sense of rationale in being able to, devise truth from falsehoods. I mean, the media can say one thing one day and then do a whole complete flip-flop, and people will believe what they say after they've done that complete flip-flop. And it boggles the mind, because I'm like, how can you knowingly continue to support something or someone when they keep changing what they're saying. But it seems like that's the way the masses are going, and it's accelerating beyond belief. It staggers my mind as to how many people still are going along with the foolishness. And I think that also speaks volumes about predestination, and the archetype that they're using with the Bible. Whereas I think it says in Romans about vessels being made for destruction. And when it talks about vessels, it's talking about people, talking about men and women. That there are men and women that are made for destruction. Which is the scary part with the predestination and the free will. Obviously, there's going to be people that challenge me on misinterpreting the scripture, but that's what it says, and that's what they're implying. And so, and by that implication, obviously they're working on that archetype, like I said before, of the Bible. And these people are rushing headlong towards their destruction because we're giving no thought about what's the lies that are right blatantly in front of our face. The fact that we're complying with it all too. The thing that bothers me the most is how many people are still complying, and why that. And YouTube, this isn't a call for an armed rebellion or any kind of rebellion, but it staggers belief that hasn't happened. That the people haven't risen up against these tyrannical governments, and they're everywhere. They're in all countries. All governments are tyrannical. Death to tyrants. And I'm not going to mince words when it comes to that. Because government has everything it has by force. And it has that through coercion and violence. So I won't apologise for saying that. But people are happy to trade their freedoms for security. But the crazier thing that is even more crazy is it's a false security, because there was nothing to be feared from in the first place, so therefore it cancels that out. So they're essentially giving up, well, they already gave up freedom when they, I guess, acclimated themselves to their surroundings, but I mean, sometimes you have to by necessity, and I understand that. So I won't be judgmental, because obviously I still live under their tyranny. I live in the gilded cage. And I think it's time that those who have a real heart for freedom, those who I believe aren't the vessels made for destruction. Not that I'm a Christian. Actually follow the old gods, Odin and Freya, Thor. Please don't tune out just because I have a different belief system to you. I'm also an anarchist. No masters, no rulers. So it's not... The word anarchy has been so misused and misconstrued, and yeah, all it means is no masters, no rulers. So I'm all about that, and you should be too. Why do you want some, like High Impact Flicks always says, you know, who has a higher claim over your life than you? Nobody. I don't have a higher claim over your life, and you don't have a higher claim over my life. It's as simple as that. You know, and it's like the golden rule, you know. Well, join to others as you would have done to yourself. So, yeah. Do the little things, you know. But it's time. It's time. It's time. We've got to stand up. We've got to stop, capitulating. I mean, not that, I've ever had, worn a mask or, but you still got to follow those, bullshit social distancing things. Not that, they've eased off in my area, but, I hated that they put up all those things. I never, adhered to that. I still, shook hands with people that wouldn't shake hands with me. People that would try and do some weird elbow bumps or something like that, but I'm not having any of that. It's like, nah, come on, mate. Like, what is wrong with people? Like, seriously. Like, what is going through their minds when they're not seeing, what you should be seeing, if what's happening is happening. And you know what we mean, or what I mean. So, I'm going to leave it there because it's my first video. I don't know if I got to the point that I wanted to make, but thanks for listening, and I hope you hit that subscribe button. I think that's what you're meant to say, and like and subscribe, whatever. But yeah, it'd be great to hear your feedback, and I'll try and get back to you, and cool. Hopefully I'll make another video. Peace. See ya.